Hello, Internet. This is the Straight Up Warlords podcast, a podcast about tabletop gaming and the things that go on within that. I am your mysterious host, Jem. With me is the beautiful and roguish Cat.
Hi, everyone.
And also we have the disgustingly resilient Diesel.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
This month has been mostly us building and painting. We did have a session together where we looked at the rules. We were going to play, but Diesel, your kill team wasn't ready, and
I forgot my glue. that's the reason. I forgot my glue to glue some models. That's the reason.
I offered and brought down my glue, but you forgot your bases.
Oh yeah, that was it. I left bases at home in a separate box, so I took them out to build and then forgot to put them back in the box.
Yeah.
Yay!
But yeah, so I guess we'll discuss how we've got on with building and painting, and then discuss what we thought about the rules now that we've had a few weeks to digest them. So, Kat, do you want to go first with how much?
Can do.
Yeah. So I have got photos of our kill teams, so if you want to just talk about how you felt about building them.
I enjoyed building them. That was quite fun because it only took me sort of a couple hours and actually getting to look at each individual model. I actually really enjoyed that bit. I'm still undecided on the colours. It's a case of I think I'm just going to paint them and see what happens and which ones I particularly like. As for the rules, that's still rather confusing to me, but I think it's going to be a case of as we play it, I'll probably understand it better.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah. The rules do seem they do seem a little bit difficult to get your head around, but I think once we start playing it should snap into place. I think. I hope so. Anyway,
they're a lot different from base 40k, which is what Diesel and I are used to playing.
Yeah, I think once you get a hold of because from me it looks like it's on action economy based basically. So it's I think once you get sorted with action economy, I think it'll be okay going forward. I don't think it'll be too difficult to pick up, but it's deciding who gets activation, who then gets to take a turn and what they can do. Certain things can't do certain things. So I think it's just learning and playing. So I think the first few games will be full of rule errors where we don't know what the hell we're doing, and then we'll figure it out as we go.
So as I was saying before, the rules that you and I are used to, Diesel, are the 40k rules, isn't it? Where
yeah. So I've got 4K rules down, whereas this seems 4K is a bit different because you just one person goes first and does that whole turn, moving everything and shooting everything and fighting everything, and then the other person takes a turn. Whereas this is much more one person activates, moves a model, then it's the next person's turn, and then there's certain actions characters can do and things like that. But I think once we get the action economy down, it's going to be fine. It's just going to be few games where we make a lot of mistakes and are just figuring it out for the first few games, but I think it will snap in pretty quickly after that.
Yeah, I think so. Especially if how I'm thinking of doing it is all three of us get together and then do sort of 2 games each where we're all one-on-one each other with the third person with the rule book, just to make sure that when we are stuck, we have someone there who can quickly get to the rules rather than one of us having to stop what we're doing. And
yeah, well, we can just make a whole day out of playing and then record it and cut out bits where we're just spending 20 minutes looking at the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
So it shouldn't be too bad. We can edit it down.
Yeah,
I say we.
Yeah, you mean me.
I mean you, yeah.
Oh, it's always a good time. He says convincingly.
I'll be alright. The end result will be worth it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, shall we well, I'm looking at your pictures. I don't know if you've done your editorial magic and put your pictures up of your two kill teams. But I'm liking your was it your Cryptek?
Yeah, my Cryptek. Yeah, the Technomancer is the one
I'm liking your second monster. He looks
Mhm.
good. I
Yeah.
am very annoyed that you've got Metal Boys to paint because they're so fucking easy to paint.
They are. Yeah,
They're
you
so easy to paint.
spray paint with their belcher. Then, if you want coloured metal, you go in with whichever colour contrast paint. And if you want gold, you just go in with Retributor armor.
Yeah. Mine's all flesh, which means I've had to do. I've literally done. I think it's my Lumberghast. I've done like a base coat of oh god, what was it? Screamer Pink. So it's got like because it's all flesh. I've got to get like, and there's like bits in between the muscles where they're like cracked and stuff. So you've got to get like a dark like muscle tone flesh coat in there first. And then you've got to build the different layers of skin. So I need like Bugman's Glow, which I couldn't find for love or money. I think everyone's just bought Bugman's Glow out. It's very popular. And then
I'm
it's
guessing
like
a lot of
Acadian
people
flesh tone and like just flesh toning everything in over the top. And it's just layer after layer. You just have to layer it. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
I mean, I have had some experience in the past where if you spray paint with like, what is it, Wraithbone or Xandri Dust, and then put a flesh tone over the top of that, usually that does a good job, and then you can layer up to make it paler or darker if you need to.
It's because I wanted more like because he's become mutated and overly engorged. I wanted to show that like as he's come out, his muscles have stretched out abnormally, so that you can see all like the fleshy, like where it's been stretched so much. It's so you can see all the muscle underneath, and then it's the skin tone like on top. But there's very much gaps where it's abnormally come apart from where this mutation set in.
Yeah,
I thought it was just a better look for it. I don't know how it'll come off yet, as I've only just put the red on it, so we'll see. But that's how I'm trying to go with it. Other people used like I did put like a white base coat first before I put the Screamer Pink. But then other people put down pure white, and then they've gone over it in like I can't remember what else like. It wasn't Carabao Crimson. It was some Reichling Flesh, maybe. It might have been a contrast version of of Reichling Flesh, but they've done it that way.
Yeah,
so, which is super easy. But then I don't like contrast paints. I feel it's a bit cheaty.
Like I said, the contrast paint's the only way I could get a metallic green.
That's true. Yeah, there's no way you're doing a metallic green with normal paints. I don't know. Army paint might get one. You might.
Yeah.
I don't think GW does one.
No, GW doesn't. You'd have to go elsewhere to find metallic paints of any color that isn't silver or gold or bronze.
Yeah, which is a bit weird considering they do have a lot of like greenish metal, especially Necron.
Yeah. I guess with Necron stuff, it's not supposed to be greenish metal. It's supposed to be like energy.
Luminous sort of color to it. But I don't know.
But yeah, I decided to go with metallic green with my options. So.
It looks good, bud. I really enjoy it. I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, with my kill team, I'm gonna do a gold pass on the rest of it, so that everything's up to the same level as the Cryptek. I was thinking of putting a bit more gold in the like shin bits and the thigh bits for the Cryptek, but I feel like that would be a bit too ostentatious.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, sometimes less is more. I think that, especially since the Cryptek's got so much on him, I think he should be like the standout. I've got bling because I'm the leader, sort of.
Yeah,
these warriors and immortals should be. I think they should like immortals are like better than normal warriors, so they should be a bit more blingy, a bit more elite, but they're not too much.
Yeah, I feel like what I'll probably do is just do the sort of like shoulder pads and chest bits in gold and the rest of them.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe a few
Yeah,
bits here and there. I think maybe they should be a bit more mismatch. I don't know. I kind of like the sort of like stuck together look. That's just me. Like
yeah,
as if they've been through repairs and like they've got like one bit of gold like shin pad, but the other one's not. Like the other one's just a silk replacement from a leg that they've lost or something. But yeah, I think it'd be quite good. Gold on the shoulder pads definitely.
yeah. I think once I've done that, then I'm going to go past doing the washes. So it'll be Reichland Flesh Shade for the gold, and then Null Oil for everything else.
Oh, you Reichland Flesh Shade the gold, do you?
Yeah, that's what I normally do with gold to make it pop more.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, I did learn that from the what was it, Broken Realms magazine that they did.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the things that they said to do, so that's how I've done gold since then.
Okie dokie. Yeah, that's not bad. I've used the I do Brass Scorpion though, so maybe it's a bit different. But on my space my Death Guard, I use Brass Scorpion, but then I put Sephirim on top. It's like a yellowy sort of. But then I guess Sephirim gives a bit more of I think it might bring out gold a bit, but it gives it more of a dull sort of color. I think.
Yeah, I think when you go with Reichland Flesh Shade, it makes it warmer.
Okay.
So it feels like a warmer gold rather than a duller gold, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well, I think it gives like a little bit of dark in places, so maybe you want just a lighter, brighter, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Your Skelly boys have to look fabulous.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't rule the galaxy if you're not looking like a G.
Exactly. You got to prove that you are the superior race by being blinged out to fuck.
Exactly. I do like it. What are you thinking with your colour scheme, Kat?
That I'm not sure on at the moment. I think it's going to be a case of just paint and just see how it goes. I like the idea of them all being sort of different because they're sort of more like a band of rabbles that have all come together from different areas. That's what I'm thinking at the moment.
Yeah. Because I think the Starstriders are basically a what, Rogue Traders?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just an entourage that's slapdash together, so they can absolutely be different.
Yeah. Hence why we primed two of them in different colours.
Okay.
See what it looks like, and see how the paints that Cat chooses reacts with that primer. Because ultimately, Cat and I are doing it the sort of, we're gonna put air quotes here, but you can't see it, Diesel. Easy way.
Indie way.
Yeah. The easy way, where you spray on primer and then you can use any paint available to you after that. Whereas if you're going on straight onto the plastic, you don't have access to contrast, and you can't use washes until after you've done at least like a base layer.
Yeah.
So
contrast does not like water. Also, I've heard.
Yeah, you need to use like proper contrast medium to thin it down.
Yeah. So okay.
I mean,
interesting.
I've watered it down with water before, but I did do that deliberately to get a grimy effect on my Iron Warriors. So I had Black Templar, and then I watered that down, and then painted the Iron Warriors on it, and it makes it streaky, like grime would look.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want it to be a smooth covering, you either need to use it straight from the pot or use like contrast medium to thin it down.
Yeah. Okay. Seems interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. They're looking good. I take it we're gonna have to. Well, when I'm free schedule wise, we can have a game at some point.
Yeah, because you finished building now, haven't you?
I finished building. Yes, I just need to start painting everything. Well, I've started painting the Lumberghast. I'll at least get him done. I want to say Monday,
Yeah.
but provided nothing comes up, I want to say Monday. Yeah, so hopefully that whole model will be done. That'd be great. And then it's just the million other models I've got because I chose a faction with about 16 models in a box.
Yeah.
So, although the little ones won't be so bad.
I think I have the least amount of models to paint. I think I'm like
Yeah.
I think I'm like 2 shy of Cats and then like 10 shy of yours or something like
How many models have you got?
that. 3, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8.
Oh, gosh, you only got 8. Yeah, I've literally got double.
Yeah.
Christ, okay.
But my guys can go back from the dead and heal themselves.
Yeah, well, I think it takes you a turn, so it's a turn where you're not doing nothing.
It's an action, but it's an action that I can take from like my Cryptek or the Apprentech.
Oh, okay.
So I can keep those 2 back and have my warriors up front, and then because I've also got the Reanimator in my thing. I think it's my Cryptek and the Reanimator actually. I don't know about the Apprentech.
Do you not have 2 reanimators?
One's a Reanimator and one's an Accelerator.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I can't remember what the Accelerator does. I think it's just like
I think it like gives someone an extra action or something. It's really good.
something like that. Yeah.
I've seen some plays with it, and I'm like, I didn't really understand what's going on, but it seemed really impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like teleport across the map onto an objective, and then still have an action left to then claim said objective.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty strong points wise, victory points wise.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. My army is really simple. It's throw little minions at you, distract you with them, and then come screaming in with a massive Hulk and smash you in the ground. Just pick you up with a tentacle and smash you across the floor. That's
Yeah.
I've got no shooting. It's fine. I don't need that.
And from what I understand, Cat's kill team is fairly simple as well. It's set up a gun line and then let the assassin sort everything else out.
Pretty much, yeah. A couple of her units seem really. I only got to see a couple, but that assassin did look. Was she a death cult assassin? Is she?
Yeah, Death Cult Assassin.
Yeah, she looked really cool. Really good in melee. Your Captain being able to shoot with her 2 little pistols seems really cool as well. She got like nice damage.
Yeah.
Don't you have? Oh, is it the autogun, dude? Is it an autogun or is it a autocannon?
I believe it's a repeater cannon. I think it was the correct
Okay.
term.
Damn.
I don't
Okay.
have the rules on me at the moment, so I can't.
Yeah, but he can shoot across the entire map, right?
I don't actually know.
I don't think he's got a range. I think he could like just shoot across everything. Well, it makes sense with an autocannon.
Yeah.
Autocannons are like, I think on the tabletop they're like 48-inch, which is way bigger than a kill team map, so
Yeah.
it would make sense. So he's going to stand at the back, give them covering fire. Well, everyone else is. Well, the assassin chops people's heads off,
Yeah.
basically.
Exactly.
And you got little Doberman running around to grab objectives.
Yeah.
That's why I went for it.
Yeah. Cat likes dogs.
Yeah, the Doberman looks really cool. Are you going to paint him as what dog are you sort of going to paint him as?
Probably going to go more Doberman colours.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. I love dogs. Good old boy. Good dog. Running around collecting stuff, picking stuff up. I think he gets bonuses to picking stuff up as well.
I'm pretty sure Kill Team is the only 40k game where there is a collection of different dogs you can take. So you got the Canid from the Elucidian Starstriders. You've got the dog from the one of the more recent ones. The RBTs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Mastiff, haven't
Yeah, they got a Cyber Mastiff. Got Croot Hound, which I know they're kind of chicken dogs, so I don't know whoever they really count, but
they? Do they count as dogs? Because they're
I mean-
Kroot still. They're just Kroot that ate dogs and became more dog-like.
yeah,
That's how that works.
that is how it works. I don't really know whether it counts, but they look kind of like dogs, so I'm gonna guess someone out there is gonna say it counts as that. And I think there's another one. I think there's another kill team that has a dog, or there's another dog you can get which can be playable in kill team.
Surprised there's not more dog models in Necromunda.
Oh, Necromunda has loads of pet models, but I think only one of the gangs gets a dog.
Oh, okay.
Because Escher gets cats.
Of course
By
they
cats, I mean like lions and that kind of thing.
do. Like tigers and stuff like that. Yeah, it can't just be a normal cat. It has to be some deadly predator.
Um,
Like a collar.
what's the assassin gang? I think it's.
Oh, I
Gellarpox.
know. Yeah, they've got weird names.
Yeah, they get rats.
I take
They-
it genetically altered rats or something crazy.
Basically, yeah. Like no, cybernetically altered rats,
Oh, okay.
cyborg rats.
Are they more like a swarm or are they like a giant rat?
I think you can get different ones where there's like giant rats, and you get ones that are like there were swarms of rats.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked at the Necromunda rules.
So what you're telling me is there's a possibility Skaven exists in 40k? Because
I
somewhere
mean-
in that hive city, one of those rats has malfunctioned and gained sentience.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I can't. Or just, it's more likely to have just mutated in some way, isn't it? From all the pollution
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff.
Let's be honest here. The Skaven should be in 40k.
I don't know if they'd fit too well.
I mean, considering in fantasy they have access to nuclear weapons, miniguns, sniper rifles, and they have a space program.
They do have a space program. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's like in the game where they're like, what is it, Total War, where it turns out the Twin Tail Comet is a fucking Skaven ship that's like just launched into space with a pilot, mind you. It's got a crew, and it's just designed to look like the Twin. And it's fucking, and they have no safety features on that thing. It's made of wood.
Yeah.
It just comes back down in the ocean somewhere. Like, yeah, that crew's just dead. No one survived that.
Look, it was crewed by Skaven slaves. Nobody cares.
Oh, I love that story where they were like, oh, who was it? Oh, I think it was, who's the big bad undead dude?
Nagash.
Nagash. I think it was Nagash, where they basically had a legendary hero from the Tomb Kings. This is when the Tomb Kings, before they all got mummified. They literally, he was going to go fight him, and it's like a big duel, and he was like, "Oh, I need a weapon that can kill Nagash." And the Skaven, because they didn't like Nagash, were like, "Okay, we'll help you out." And they built like a sword made of pure warp stone. Like, it was literally just a cancer stick. Like, it's not even. It's just like, it's so horrendously radioactive. The council was like, "Yeah, we ain't touching that. I know we made that, but we ain't touching that. So how are we going to get it to this guy?" And they were like, "You know what we're going to do? Skaven slaves." And they literally formed a human line across the continent with slaves, and it was like everyone's job was to just pass it to the person to the left, and as soon as they like passed it, they just died. Like, they just got tumor filled and died. I was like, well, that's the Skaven in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That's how they get things done.
It is. My favorite bit of Skaven lore is in Age of Sigmar, not the like most recent storyline, but the one before that, where is it about the necroquake? Do you want to know how that was caused?
It's probably some Skaven digging too deep or something.
No, that was the Skaven emerging from their hibernation outside of the realms and turning up just all over the place, including in the middle of Nagash's pyramid.
They just teleported there by accident.
Not teleported. They dug their way in, and that caused the necroquake.
Okay, and what? A bunch of Nagash's stuff leaked out.
Yeah, basically, like before that bit of lore, everyone just thought Nagash was attacking everywhere. But when that lore came out, it was, oh, Nagash lost control of death magic because the Skaven turned up in his house.
That's such like, oh, I love it. I love it. That's such a such little assholes.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they don't even mean what they do. They're just like, oh, yep, sure, we'll take advantage of this situation we've accidentally caused.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, okay. I think we should stop talking about Scape and get back to Kill Team.
Yeah, probably.
Get back on topic.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously we looked at the rules. I haven't watched any games of Kill Team being played yet because I've been busy with work.
I've only
painting.
watched a couple so far, so I'd have to watch more of it.
Have you watched any since the we got the rules out and had a real look at them?
No, I haven't watched any since. I think I've watched 2 games, and both of them featured your guys, actually. I've watched one of my guys, and then there was one versus, I think it was just like Cadians or something, like Militarum group.
No, there's a few military kill teams you can get.
Yeah, it wasn't Krieg or anything. They did look like just like Cadian.
Yeah, because you can get the traitor guards one, the blooded. You can get the Kazakin, or you can make one from stormtroopers.
No,
Not
I think
stormtroopers.
it might have been Kazakin then.
Yeah, there's a few different ways you can do it because there's also the Tempestus Scions one as well.
Oh, well, it's got to be a Scion. Scion's badass. I love Scions.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a book on Scions. I have to look that up.
The Scions are also in the Inquisition kill team that recently came out.
Oh, okay.
You know, the Ashes of Faith stuff.
I'm glad that Inquisition's getting a bit more love.
Yeah, I do love the Inquisition. That was my original concept for the first army that I was building.
Yeah, well, you can. They're great as in 40k now as well. They're good to take.
Yeah,
because they've in 10th they've changed them to being like assassins, where you can just take a model.
Yeah,
and then you can pair them with. I can't remember what you can pair them with other things. No, I think they're load operative now, and then they can apply buffs in an area rather than be stuck to a unit.
yeah, because it's the Imperial Agents thing, isn't it? Where you can get 1 per 1,000 points. So if you got a 2,000 point game, you can have 2 agent characters and 2 retinue choices.
Yeah, they're really good.
So
they're quite interesting to be able to take.
Yeah.
Although everyone just takes a like knights or something. Everyone's just like, yeah, we're allied with knights.
Yeah.
Because it is, they are punchy.
They are punchy, and they do a lot of leadership stuff, don't they?
You don't. I don't think you get that because they're an allied.
Ah, right. Okay.
So you get your army's abilities, but because even though you're allying with them, they don't bring their all their stuff.
Ah, okay.
So you just get the models basically, and if the model has an ability, they get it.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad. I think some war dogs have a leadership test in their ability card, so it still pops. I think like if you charge someone, then they make a leadership test.
Yeah.
Although it seems a bit redundant because not a lot of stuff's going to survive at night charging it.
Yeah. I did meet up with a guy that you and I know. I don't know whether I can say his name. Same name as me. You know who I'm talking about.
Will I?
Also plays Warhammer. Same first name as me.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, I saw him the other day.
Yeah, he was telling me about how well he did with Guard when he went to GP.
Oh, okay, he just brings artillery lines.
Yeah,
That's been
I think,
though.
he did artillery and scions.
Yeah,
And the scions were getting all of his points, and he was just, hammering them.
yeah, and then he just fired a bunch of artillery.
Yeah, he did say that he and I should get together to play the game sometime. I did say that I would, but I haven't been able to set up a time to play with him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I've been playing a fair bit. I played the Custodes. Custodes are pretty strong in melee. A lot of their weapons have been like long range weapons have been nerfed though, but they're incredible in melee now. They're probably the only really good melee army in 10th at the moment. Melee armies are really struggling.
Yeah,
Necrons are a problem.
as always.
They're just a straight problem. They need some sort of rebalance because they're absolutely a problem. Their reincarnation is way too strong. You can kill like half a warrior unit and they're back into one turn. Yeah, they're really strong, shooty. They're not so great in melee, but they just keep coming back. They're much too much of a problem. Immortals cannot die. They are not immortals. Sorry, Lich Guard are the problem. Lich Guard are 100% too OP. They need to be nerfed. They literally fought my Blightlord Terminators. I didn't kill a single model. He wiped my entire squad, and he's done it multiple times.
Yikes.
Yep, I didn't kill a single model because, I killed models. They just came back. They got a 4-up Invon with they've got like a Crypt Thrall. You can put on their Warlord. So, and I think they're -1 to wound or something as well. So they're -1 to wound. Then they've got a Crypt Thrall that can go on the Crypt Tech that's leading them, which gives them a +1 to hit, as well as like -1 to being wounded. And then the Crypt Thrall gives themselves a 4-up Feel No Pain. So you take everything on the Crypt Thralls, so they save most damage. So they're just rolling for 4-ups. And then when they die, it's just back to a 4-up Invon with I think a 5-up Feel No Pain. It's just crazy. And then obviously you can just reanimate the Crypt Thralls instantly next turn.
Yeah.
Because they can reanimate 3 times, because they reanimate at the end of every turn, like your turn and the opponent's. And they have a stratagem that they can pop 4 times in a round, actually, technically. Because then they can pop a stratagem for like 1 CP, which means they can reanimate again after the shooting phase or the fight phase.
Nice.
And it's just stupid. It's generally so much regeneration, it's unbelievable.
So what you're saying is that if we do go on to doing 10th edition for next season, that you're going to say no Necrons unless they've been nerfed.
They'll probably be nerfed by then, but
yeah.
There's if as long as you don't tell me you're bringing Aldari, I'm fine. I'm fine with whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of knife ears, so.
Oh, good, because I know they have been nerfed, but they're still pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because they have, I think they have like flat 6 damage weapons with devastating wounds, and then you have fate die on top of that, so you can literally go, that's a 6, and just do 6 more wounds instantly from one shot.
And then you get certain players who will be like, oh yeah, I haven't rolled this fate die yet. Like, I watched you do it.
Probably, yeah.
Our friend told me that he experienced that when he was at the GP as someone doing that with Eldar, so.
Okay.
Still beat him.
It's always the Eldar players.
But it's because
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, hold on a minute, mate. Like, the Eldar, like every edition, there is at some point where Eldar are just busted,
yeah,
and then they always feel like they need to like get that extra edge. And I'm like, dude, you're already broken. Why are you like? What are you doing? Like, you're already one of the strongest armies.
they're trying to compensate for the fact that they've got the oldest miniatures range now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To be fair, the miniatures do look. I mean, some of the Wraith Knights and that look good, but yeah, that.
But,
Ooh, especially some of the old character casts.
yeah,
They are just awful.
anything that's worth taking with Eldar is probably older than we are.
Yeah, it's well, they live for thousands of years, so whatever.
Yeah,
I hate them. The
yeah.
patch. I even don't like them in the books. They're just so up themselves. I love it when they get curb stopped. It brings me peace of mind.
I always love it in the modern books where they turn up to be allies to the Imperium. Everyone in the Imperium is like, fuck off.
Yeah, we don't trust you or whatever you're doing. You can.
Even Gilliman's like, look, you're here under my protection, but if you even slightly seem like you're going to betray us, I will murder you right now.
Yeah, and there's that whole like fan art and fan fiction of him and Yvraine getting together, and I'm like, no, he would absolutely kill her instantaneously if like anything happened. He does not like Eldar. No one likes Eldar.
They had one conversation in one book, and everyone took that as them fucking.
Yeah, but it was like it was a conversation wasn't even like it was polite, but there was still an undertone of threats and like it was cordial at best. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, thank you for saving me. It was like, you saved me. What the fuck do you want? I mean, I'm grateful, but why'd you do it?
Yeah, it's very much a case of two people who are forced to be professional to each other, but absolutely hate each other's guts.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, no. Even like, I think the last thing Gilliman says as they leave, like, is like, I think Lorraine says like, "Oh well, we'll see you again," and Gilliman's like, "I'm sure you will," and then under his like breath is like, "If it suits your purposes." Like, he's like, "You backstabbing knifing." Like, absolutely hates him, which is fair.
Apparently, in the lore, Eldrad and the Emperor were friends at one point, which is hilarious considering Eldrad is like also. Both Eldrad and the Emperor are both super racist towards the other's race.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Two racists get along even though they hate each other. Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, the Emperor's not a good dude, to be fair.
I don't
Says,
know
I always see like, maybe this is just a heretic in me, but everyone like I see like everyone like, no, the Emperor didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, did you read the books? Like, what are you talking about? I'm not saying chaos is good. Like, no. But you're not going to tell me the Emperor's a good guy. Like, you're crazy.
If the Emperor learned how to be a dad, then maybe things would have been better.
It's not even that. What about all the races he's slaughtered? On his Crusade? What was the Great Crusade about? He's like, yeah, we have to conquer the universe. And I'm like, but why though? Like, you haven't answered why.
We have to conquer the universe, and I can't tell you why.
Humans are superior. What about that species down there that's basically just in the medieval age and isn't really doing anything? Wipe them out, kill them all. They're not human. Okay. What about that empire that humans and this alien species were getting along really well, and they pretty much were absolutely equal in every way in society and had shared the society for like 1,000 years, and they were a nomadic race that just basically went around on solar ships that just collected solar energy and were super like zen and peaceful. Murder them all. But what about humans that murder them all?
You were talking about something else now. up until that final bit, I was thinking, oh, he's talking about the Interrex. No, you were talking about the
No,
other
the
one.
T-Rex were another one as well, where they were just advanced humans. But no, there was another one that was like, they're totally nomadic and peaceful, and the Imperium sent them a message, only to the humans in that group as well, not to the aliens. It was like, you need to join the Imperium. And they were like, we're pretty chill here with like our alien friends. We're all like living in an equal society. We're all good. Like we have everything we need. It's no, we're okay. And so their response was, okay then. You've signed your own death warrant, and they literally killed everyone.
Was it it was the Emperor's Children that were sent to do that, wasn't it? Because that's in Fulgrim, isn't it?
Oh, it might be. And then the last message from that civilization before they were wiped out was, all we wanted was to be left alone.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, God. Yeah, they're such good people, the Emperor. Imperium. Such nice, wholesome family people.
The heresy wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be a good time for anyone.
That wasn't heresy. That was fucking great.
That was pre-heresy, I know.
It was pre-heresy.
The heresy books never show anything being good. Like, even in Horus Rising, when, you know, that's supposed to be like the end of the golden era, like, the very start of that book where Ignace Casey is walking around the basically destroyed planet of, was it 6319, which is claimed as Terra, but because Terra already exists, they just carried on calling it 6319.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just going around there and he's seeing like all this like graffiti of Imperials go home and stuff like that. Except it probably wasn't as nicely worded as I just said it.
Yeah.
And then he goes drinking, gets drunk, and then some Imperial soldiers turn up and he starts mouthing off at them. He wasn't a very smart man, I'm just going to say it.
Is that in the Horus Heresy book, is it?
That's that's Horus Rising. It's like right near the start. He gets the shit kicked out of him by some guardsmen.
Sounds about right. It's like the Last Church where the priest goes up to the Thunder Warriors and starts mouthing off when he's drunk. And his retinue of bodyguards is like, fuck that, and they just leave.
Yeah.
Like, we're not defending from these guys. And then the Thunder Warrior walks up to him, and I think he just throws him off a cliff. He just yeets him. And he's like, yeah, but enough of this. Like, talking shit, yeet. And he does survive, but he just gets straight flung off a cliff.
Yeah. And then later on, when he's on the verge of being convinced to join the Emperor and renounce his religion, the Emperor then sets fire to the Last Church, and suddenly he realizes just how bad the Emperor is and just dives straight onto the flames.
Well, he has a conversation. He's like, well, you sound just like every other like dictator and despot there's ever been. What makes you think you're going to be any different? And he goes, because I know I'm right. And you're just like, dude, that's the biggest red flag I've ever heard. Like, I'm a psychopath. And they're like, okay. And the guy's like, all right, I'm a head on out. And just like walks into the flames.
Yeah.
It's a great ending because he's got that broken stopwatch, hasn't he? That timepiece that clicks one. It's like the Doomsday clock from the Cold War. It clicks like closer to midnight when Doomsday is going to happen, and as soon as he burns down the last church falls, the clock strikes midnight, meaning that it's game over.
Yeah,
and it's all downhill from there.
Yeah,
and it really is.
I can't wait until I get to the Siege of Terror books, because apparently they've got some really good lore in them.
Oh yeah, there's some great scenes in there, like Rogue beating the shit out of Fulgrim, even though Fulgrim could kill him at any time.
But it wasn't just that he beat the crap out of Fulgrim, but he also hurt Fulgrim's pride by just being like, Fulgrim was like, oh yeah, you taste all these sweet things and take all of these drugs and feel every sensation, and Dawn's just like, nah mate,
No. Every time I think of that fight, I just think of the text-to-speech Rogel. No.
Yeah.
Just, that's all he says the entire conversation. Just no, no, no. I love it. That is physically incorrect.
Oh,
That is physically impossible, but I love it.
then at the end of the fight, when one of the Imperial Fists comes up and was like, "Oh yeah, I always knew that you were the best." He was like, "Fulgrim could have killed me at any point in that, but he wanted to break me first, and you can't break me. You have to kill me."
I look because he's like, I think he even disses here Fulgrim by like you're just a pawn in Perturabo's like fight. This is a fight between me and Perturabo. You are nothing but a piece on the board, and he's thrown you at this citadel as a sacrificial pawn merely to test the defenses, see how they'll hold up against you. And like he doesn't care if you come back or not. Like
Yeah.
he generally doesn't. You are just like a throwaway piece. He's not wrong.
To be fair, I'm reading Angel Exterminatus at the moment. I haven't quite got to the point, but I know that's the book where Perturabo smashes Fulgrim's face into a table and tells him that you and your soldiers are now under my control.
Yep. I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as Perturabo is a dick, like he's good at his job.
He's a dick, but unfortunately, he can hold up everything that he says by the fact that quite literally, pretty much the entire heresy up until he was, I'm going to say, forced out of the Chaos Army.
Was he forced? I think he just left, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was basically like, fuck this, fuck all of this. You're all incompetent. I'm out. Just dipped.
Just before that, Horus did turn around and say to him, "Look, you're not going to be leading our forces anymore."
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was demoted. I think part of the reason was the what do I call it, the Mournival plot or something like that, where Perturabo convinced Abaddon to take the rest of the Mournival and the Sons of Horus's veterans and do one of the attacks.
Okay.
And Horus turned around and went, "Look, you can manipulate everyone else, that's fine, but if you manipulate my sons, you go."
Okay.
I think it was something like that. Again, I haven't read the book, so I can't accurately describe it.
Fair enough. But Siege of Terror is interesting. There's a lot of Chaos books that are actually more interesting than Imperial ones, I find, anyway. Like, Khan, the goddamn betrayer, is one of the greatest fucking people I've ever read. I love every moment he's in a book. He's the G of G's. Like, especially, who was it? Erebus? Especially the Erebus fight. My god. One of the greatest. You're just like, yes, this is karma for every bad shit this guy's done, and it's delivered to him by Khan, of all people, who literally doesn't give a fuck about all this political bullshit that's going on, all this chaos manipulation this guy's doing. He's like, nah, you killed my friend, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And that's all it's about. And it's just a single one-sided ass whooping.
But my favourite part is that, like, even though Erebus has just been beating the crap out of the World Eaters beforehand, like, as soon as he leaves, the World Eaters just turn around like, makes sense, coward.
Yeah, they're like, it was everyone knew it was coming, but it was still a disappointment.
Yeah,
because they were like, we knew he was going to run away, but all of us hoped that he would still get just beat the shit out of.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah, I don't even think it was just all World Eaters there. I think there was some word bearers as well, and even they were like, yeah, fair.
Yeah. I think last episode I did say that I wanted to get a T-shirt with Gorechild on it, and on the back it says "Get up."
Yes. Oh, that'd be amazing. Just Khan the Betrayer with one of his one jacked as fuck arm.
Yeah.
You seen it? Like, and then just it'll just go, get up. Be amazing. That needs to be put into a t-shirt. Get up.
Yeah,
I love the way that's the closest he's ever been to being a perfect warrior as well. Where he was like, he's on the verge of rage, like Khorne always gives him, but he's in control still. It's like the only moment he's like the perfect warrior. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
Right. Well, do we want to round this out then? I think we've talked nonsense for long enough.
Yeah,
Most of it hasn't been about Kill Team.
We did talk a little bit about Kill Team and then just talked about 40k in general.
Yeah. I love the universe. And
It is a great universe.
it is good. But I shall continue with paint jobs and we shall, well, basically, I think next episode we'll see each other on the battlefield, won't we?
We'll definitely be trying to sort something out about that. I mean, next episode we will talk about actually having faced each other on the battlefield, but I think between them we'll do a recording of us doing the actual game.
Yeah, see how it goes down.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll be signing off. So, is there anything you want to plug before you leave, Diesel?
Me? No, I don't. I don't have anything. I don't have. If someone wants to make that shirt, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have anything else to plug.
No. What about you, Kat?
No, I've got nothing.
All right. Well, you two want to say your goodbyes, and then I'll round it out.
Yeah. Okay. I've been Diesel. Lovely to meet you all, and see you again next time.
I've been Kat, and hopefully I'll actually get on and do some more painting, and we'll see you next time.
And I've been Gem. Follow us on Twitter. We've got the Straight Up Busters. You can follow me directly as the Straight Up Busters Gem. Follow the YouTube channel, which I believe has been renamed back to R-Techz, but it might be the Straight Up Busters still. Follow our Discord. That'll be put in the description. Follow Dingle Games to see myself, Dingle, and the other members of the Straight Up Busters playing video games like Vermintide, and I think we're getting together to play Earthfall at some point soon. Dingle also is looking to play Bolt Gun at some point. And follow our Reddit, although there's not a lot going on there at the moment because, again, it's me and my alternate account that's on there as followers and moderator. So, we need more people on there. And follow the Straight Up Busters on TikTok. And I'll say thank you and goodbye.